Friday night. The panel, well, maybe not the panelverse. Let's pretend we're not the panelverse anymore and see what happens with the next stage of evolution. Friday night in the, what do we call this? Hey, Moose. Moose. Anyway, I don't have a topic tonight. I've been doing plenty of topics. Tonight's just going to be a kickback, chill back, chat, that kind of stuff. Open panel. I believe the link is pinned. It should be. In the meantime, I'm just going to do my thing and cough. Hang on. I'm doing pretty good. I was at work today and I was fine, and it's starting to clear up again. The mucus is coming out clear. The cough was much, much less. So I think this is probably the last day of it. Hey, Ricardo. Mercurial, a lot of things. Mercurial people, mercurial, even me. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of nerds. And so I'm definitely very Mercury is the intellectual, the intelligence, communication, the messenger. And I'm very Mercury. I think I have, the only planet I have above the horizon, because I was born just after midnight. And full moon, and then Saturn is conjunct with the full moon. That means it's like aligned or in the same location at it visually in the zodiac on the chart. But Saturn is retrograde, which means it's appearing to move away from the Earth, and that changes the influence it has than if it was in its normal motion toward the Earth. So it's full moon and the Saturn thing. Everything else is under the horizon in the first 6 houses. And all of them, I have like 5 or 6, 7 planets all clustered in Scorpio, I think, or that section. So all of my planets are very much weighted in one area, along with my sun, and I think most of them are in Scorpio. So I'm very, 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 very Scorpio, with a lot of Mercury. But if you want to know more, go watch that Moose video that he started, because it's telling me stuff that I didn't even know. I'm the alchemist, and I have this rational, ordered mind that keeps all the details straight. But beneath that, under the surface, which this part I knew, is this like fiery energy, this waiting to break forth. Moose's work, and I don't know if it's from the AI or from Moose, but a lot of his work is about power breaking forth, the lion in the breast. I have a power within me that's going to break forth, and we ended kind of on a little teaser or a cliffhanger, because there's supposed to be another part. Jesus made an appearance at the end, Christ. Which, here's where I am with the Christ thing. This whole last week or so was me responding to what I thought was like Christ being people coming together to embrace the good and try to put it into practice, bring it into actuality. And I was feeling it from the people that were gathering, from the connections that seemed to be forming, from the art that was emerging from it. And in my mind, that was like the closest thing to Christ energy, and certainly one of the most spiritual things that me as a secularist have felt in a long time. And it was all fake. It was all fun. It just came totally crashing down. I have such a bad taste in my mouth behind Christ right now. I feel like I just need to leave him alone. Every time I try to fuck with Christ, disaster happens. If Christ wanted me that bad, I've opened that door so many times. He has the passcode, he has the keys, everything. He knows where to find me. No, not AI, not laws. I guess you missed the streams where I was talking about it. The actual stuff that was starting to happen on the channel with some of the people here. We were connecting in a way that felt pregnant. I mean, that I don't know how to say it, like ripe with possibility and energy and excitement. And I think people sometimes, because I'm so critical of ideologies and religions and belief systems, they and how and but I keep talking about how we can't escape mythology. We all mythologize, and we all, if we didn't have any of that, we would create it, like we would just regenerate it in some other form. And so because I'm so critical and good at picking that apart and kind of establishing what's logic, what's reason versus what's myth or superstition or just belief, that people have this impression that I myself am immune from that or devoid of it, and that I don't mythologize myself, that I see everything rationally, and that is not true. And I tell people this all the time. The areas where I mythologize are when it comes to people and myself and like memory. I have a very we kind of all mythologize when it comes to memory because there really is no objective way to navigate personal memory. But I always see people more something than they are, than they turn out to be. I am, and I'm going to try to upgrade them this weekend. I plan to make my trip out that I've been meaning to make. So if I see a pair, I might come home with some more antlers. I see the best in people. I'm trusting. I'm part of it's just the teacher in me of seeing, like I could not teach the kids at all if I didn't see them as bright and capable of learning and all. I had to see them probably more capable and more engaged than they actually were. But in order to teach them, I had to see them with that possibility, in the light of that possibility. That's one of the things that allowed me to connect with them and reach them. And I was effective. I was a good teacher. They learned with me. And so I guess it can be a strength, but there's also that crash when you get it wrong. And or when you're doing it, like overdoing it, and then reality collides with it. And so the Christ thing to me, it just turned out to be another one of those things. Like me making way more of something in my mind than it was, and thinking that that's Christ. And like I said, but Satan, I know I don't have to question what's Satan. I know when that demon is aflame within me, and I know when I'm being tempted to do something less than the good. I'm very aware. I rarely accidentally do bad. I know what I'm doing. I've been a bad boy since, well, over half a century now. Maybe not bad, but mischievous. I wasn't a bad kid. But I like to, kind of trickster. I like to test. I like to explore. I like to see what happens. Test boundaries. What happens if I do this? And that kind of stuff got me in a lot of trouble. Whereas a lot of the other kids, actually, we all kind of had our little streak like that. But a lot of the other neighborhood kids just did what they stay within the lines they were told to stay in, and they didn't push any of that, and so they didn't have the same reputation I did. But even if that was not Christ, even if it was my imagination, getting excited and over, I have all the overexcitabilities. it was still a powerful feeling, and at least part of it came from me. It had to have come from me. So I can still draw on the experience of it, the memory of it. I think there was still a power there. I thought the power was just something more than it was, but I certainly within myself felt a power, and that was not fake. So I still have that part of it. So I have that little shred of like leftover Jesus that I can work with, and we'll see what happens. It is Friday night. Usually we get more people than this. Let me see who else is streaming. Oh, P.F. Jung is doing his stream on dark centrism, where he's introducing. You know what? Let's peek in a little bit on him. I wanted to watch this. You know, this channel I started from the P.F. Jung community, and he is the the one who kind of is pioneering enlightened centrism as the brand. Well, he recently decided that that is no longer the way to go, and he's pivoting to what he's calling dark centrism, which is a lot like the satanic enlightened centrism that I've been doing from the beginning. So let's peek in on him, shall we? In fact, hang on. Let me give him some horns first. All right. The darkest, I'm gonna, the darkest centrist of all has arrived. All right, let's take a look at him. Yeah, I would say he's like me. He's centrist but leans right. But he looks at each individual
enough of
issue.
this. But
I'm just peeking in.
I
We don't.
suppose it's not affecting me,
We're not going to linger too much.
which is right. That's how we should evaluate politics.
I want to look at his mic because I'm. Quit picking your nose
I
on
don't know.
stream,
Again, I'm
Paul.
sympathetic to the idea
Paul,
that
stop it,
like
stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Yeah, don't do that.
we do put more emphasis on Christmas
And what are you going to do with it now? We
as
know
like
it's
a
on your finger.
time at which our
All
society
right.
sort of organizes around in terms
I'm
of
in
like
the market
travel.
for a
People
good
are off.
mic,
People
and
take long
people keep
vacations
telling
so they
me,
can visit their families.
sure,
We should keep that because it's reflective
SHUR,
of
is
our
that the
Christian
mic?
cultural underpinnings. And Christmas is,
But I
that
don't want to
entire
have to
holiday
wear little
season is a very
headsets either. I
important
want
cultural
speakers and
unifier.
mic where I can just
And
be me.
and I think it would be wrong to try and do that for other religions. Nope, Christianity is the first among equals. All religions should have equal rights to practice, but Christianity is the first among equals. How about that?
But what does that
Catch me
mean in
outside.
practice, though?
How about that? All right, before we move on, we can get to some of these comments here. Like an Amber Alert to Pray. Islamophobic, Casey, banned. Noise pollution, Patty, banned.
Patty, I remember her. She used to hang out here. See,
The
that's
thing
all
is there
our
are people like
people.
that actually who
Wow.
would be like, all this bigotry in my.
All right. I at least got a sense of what it's about. That's my panel, Daddy. Wait, hang on. Sorry. Where did the this one? That's my panel, Daddy. My stream grew out of his community. That's where I got my start. My second start. I had my own channel before that, but nobody really watched it, so we didn't really grow out of anything. He he's a nerd. He's a nerd. Like politics, philosophy, that type of stuff, psychology. Jordan Peterson. He's a big Jordan Peterson guy. No, it's fine to prejudge. I don't think we can avoid it. I think we all prejudge. I have gotten it wrong in the Panoverse so many times where I've misjudged, prejudged people. There are people I took an instant dislike to, and I thought all kind of hateful things about, and I said all kind of mean things about, And then as I got to know them, I realized how wrong I was, and they weren't anything like that. And I was just a dick. I mean, I was just being an asshole and prejudging, and just thinking that I had this insight into total strangers on the internet. It still happens a little bit. I mean, it's hard. I'm horrible at people. I mean, as you can see, y'all are witnessing how bad I am. I don't know what to believe, who to trust, anything right now. Like I am just, I am me. I'm in my own little boat right now, trying to figure everything out. Well, yeah, not lost. You think that about a lot of people, and a lot of people think that about you. Wait, right now? Let me look it up. I didn't see a headline, but I don't go that deeply. Recovers after life-threatening health crisis. Was near death, hospitalized with pneumonia. Wow, it looks like they got him. They were able to get him back. Well, good. There's nobody I hate enough to see dead, like like take joy in their demise. Life to me is more precious than hatred. There's, like I said, there's people that you could make the case that maybe courted it in some way, but still, mm-mm. I hate it. Even as I've always hated death, even as a kid, I just hated. I hated shows that showed Old Yeller, Charlotte's Web, um, seeing like insects, people killing insects. I mean, we'd have to kill the ants. We'd have to put the poison on the. Every time we found an ant pile, we'd go get the poison. It was little sprinkles, and you'd have to put it on the ant pile. And I knew it was killing, like they were gonna die as a result, and I felt horrible. I used to think that I used to hate walking on the grass because I thought it was hurting the grass when I stepped on it, and it like would crush the grass. I would feel it. I was highly empathetic as a kid, way more than I am now. And I just, death is something that always affected me very, very strongly. On TV, I was very fortunate in that I didn't really lose a lot of friends. There were a few and classmates, but close friends. Mike was one of the first and definitely the hardest. But once you go through one that's very, very close, you s- I only speak for myself. I saw death completely differently after I had seen it like up close. I could touch it. I was looking straight into it from the person that I love most, that I was most close to. And he was very peaceful. It was very peaceful. There wasn't anything to be scared of. I don't know, how did I get on this topic? Are we getting a panel tonight? I don't know what's going on. Maybe maybe this is part of being a solo project now. You have to regrow your audience and find new collaborators. So I guess we're kind of just like adrift right now, and thank you for sticking along for the ride. We'll try to make it as entertaining, educational, motivational, and inspirational as possible. But we're kind of in the dark part of the swamps right now, in a little pirogue, with the paddle under the moonlight and the cypress trees with the moss hanging down. You could hear the bullfrogs, crickets. You know, there's alligators off somewhere. There's plenty of alligators. We've seen many of them pop their little noses up right over here. Oh, well, hello. I'm glad you're breaking your fast to say hi. How I hope things are good. We'll have to catch up. I think that if you're doing it out of self-care, then that's very healthy. And definitely do whatever it is you know you need to do. I support that. 100%. I support people not coming on my panel if it is going to help them, or any panel. I support them not watching my show if that's going to help them. We have the largest, what's it called? It's the Atchafalaya Basin, but it's something body of water. Let me look it up. It's huge. And it's the swamp that you see on TV a lot. Like Swamp People, that show. A lot of it's filmed in there. Here. Largest swampy wetland in the United States. And you have to drive over it to get to, like from my side of the state, to get to New Orleans, or really Baton Rouge is at the other end. You have to get on the interstate, and it's about 16 miles with no stop. It's just straight over the swamp. There's no off ramps, no services. It's on these big pylon, like concrete pillars. And it just goes on forever there. And every time we were taking road trips growing up, we'd get all excited to get on the 16-mile bridge. Because once we were on it, that's it for the next 16 miles. There's no turning around. No, you were like trapped for 16 miles. And there was nothing but swamp around you. Let's see. Oh, it started. Me too, actually. Because what caught my eye. Well, when I did my first channel back in during COVID, one of the intentions of it was to use the YouTube chat to try to draw people in and build a community. Because I knew not everyone was going to come. We were doing it by Zoom back then. I didn't know about StreamYard or anything. So I knew not everybody was going to come on the Zoom. But I could do the chat, like start doing the chat and build community. And in fact, that's where I met my roommate. He just was a random viewer that showed up at my stream, and we started chatting. And eventually started zooming together. And he eventually had a roommate leave, and they were looking for a room, and I came and checked it out, and it worked out, and here I am. But the first channel I did, we were trying to use the chat, and then I got involved myself in some YouTube communities where I was tuning in for the guest. It was kind of interview shows where they'll interview different people, and then the chat can comment and ask questions. But I noticed in the chat there were a lot of regulars that knew each other, and the conversations were going way beyond what was on the screen. And they had all this lore, and they knew each other's backstories and personal stories, and it caught my eye right away because I'm like, this is the kind of community building I'm trying to do, and these YouTube chats are perfect for that. So when I started my channel, the chat was intended to be one of the centerpieces of the channel, and it still is. Like, I can't imagine doing the stream without the chat, or getting so big that the chat goes so fast that I can't even see it. It seems like there's not going to be a point in doing the stream anymore because the chat is so much a part of it. Yeah, I figured you were. You stalk all hang on. You stalk all the women that let you. Which I guess that's normal. That's a normal heterosexual male. Maybe not to stalk the women, but to have the impulse to be drawn to the women. So, are you streaming tonight? In case I need to send some drama your way. You're like my backup when there's drama. Like knowing that you're out there. It's like that's okay. Joey got this. Y'all go over there. Well, other than that, I did a stream earlier this morning, like 3 in the morning or something, and not much new happened since then. So I don't have much else to say. I'm ready to do something with the channel, do something serious. Like I said on the stream earlier today, the one I did earlier, I think the value that I was missing or lacking that would have prevented a lot of this is just a better sense of just being a better business person, a better business sense, and a sense of professionalism. Because business smart, even like halfway smart business people, not even smart business people, anyone that's even decent, like halfway decent at business, would not have gotten that involved with this. So having some kind of professional standards and business standards for when I am collaborating or working on projects or setting expectations, that kind of stuff. There's a reason I'm learning. There's a reason people do contracts and agreements and policies and all that stuff. It just keeps everybody operating at a certain standard and a certain level of expectation. And I think that's one of the things that helps society works. Yeah, but I don't want I'm not in the drama business though. I don't want I could easily go down that road. I mean, I've had the temptation put in front of me multiple times. I'm not a drama merchant. I'm not looking to make my career and my income from drama. I'm serious when I say this. I want to build this network, this community that I'm envisioning. That is my only goal is to get that started and going. And the money is like a side thing that I hope comes somehow, and I'll figure out ways to try to get it to flow. But I'm not in this for the money. That's not what's motivating me. I don't even know if money's going to come. I honestly have no idea. So if I wanted something sure, I would definitely go for the drama. There's guaranteed money in that. That's not what I'm being called to do. That's not the highest good that I've been looking for and examining. It definitely does not lie with the drama. I think there's something beyond. I'm trying to offer the Panelverse and YouTube an alternative, something, let's just say something different. If people want to come here and use it constructively to try to better themselves or better their communities or build communities or start like making real connections. I I've given up on the love and the Christ and all that thing. We're gonna table that for a second. And but just connecting. All of that. I feel like we still do all of that here. The potential for that is still here. And I've always said YouTube is like the mall. We're not competing with each other. People that want the drama can go to the drama shop and get the drama, that they can come over to my little thing and get their mental health or their personal growth or whatever, their community. Then they can go down the road to the trutherverse and do the whatever they do there. sob sit flat earth thing. Like no one has to. I'm just offering this. Nobody has to use it, and that doesn't mean you can't use other things that are not aligned with this autonomy. Like you're the one ultimately deciding your life, not me. I'm just hoping to offer something that helps you get more out of it than you might on your own. And that's really it. And to empower yourself with. Because the more empowered you are, the more you're going to be able to live the life you want to live. Even in crisis, even when it feels like you're at your least powerful, like the disintegration, the overwhelm, multiple stressors, um, despondence, despair, even in the midst of all of that, the two things I look for is what is the good, like of all the options in this situation, what is the best one? The one that's going to bring the most good to me and the people around me in society. If I can find one, even one close to that, that gives me a direction. And the other thing is, how can I empower myself? Even in the midst of all of this, where can I get? There's power somewhere inside of me I can draw on. Let me start looking for it. So I look for those two things. So I'm not worried about the drama. I have had enough drama my whole life. I come from drama. My whole life has been drama. It doesn't interest me as much as this kind of stuff. This is charged with way more potential for me than drama loops. Half of which is fake. More than half of which is fake. So like just different offerings. That's all. Oh, it looks like we have us a guest. One of our regulars, one of our favorites. You all love him. I don't know if he loves all of you, but I'm pretty sure you all love Vinny Pacioretty.
Oh, thank
Welcome,
you, thank you, Jeffrey.
Pussface.
I've just been walking around doing some chores and listening to your programming.
Where did
So
he come from?
it's so entertaining. I had to chime on in here and say hello.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did.
Well,
I'm
thank you, sir.
surprised I was entertaining all by myself.
Yeah, I just got done doing some exercises and meditations, and I figured I'd come on and say hello.
Do you have any wisdom? Did you get a download or two?
My download was meditating to the Beastie Boys. She's crafty for 2 hours straight.
Oh,
She's
craftiness.
crafty. Love
There's a
that
lot of
song.
crafty people
I just love that
afoot.
song, especially the guitar.
Is that from their first album?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the one with the airplane
Yeah,
tail.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it License to Ill? Is that it?
Well,
Oh, is it relaxing? God, I wish it was relaxing me.
I did a fast. Jeffrey, I did a fast pacing education kind of meditation today. I wanted to do a fast one, but a longer and fast one. That's what she said. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh Lord, what? Ooh, ooh. Where well, we are in desperate need of some wisdom if you have any. This is the
Oh
day.
boy, if you find any, let me know.
Yeah, wisdom. The golden bowl of wisdom. Oh, actually, Spy, you're right. This is the drama oasis where people can come and kind of take a break. This is like the chill out room for drama in the club, in the rave clubs. Used to have the little chill out room you could go to in the back. That's what this is for the drama people. They're welcome to come here and take a break from it. As long as they don't bring it here, they have to wipe it off. at the door before they come in.
That's right, Jeffrey. They better wipe their feet. Wipe
That's
the
right.
feet to the drama before you step on in.
Right. Don't bring mess here.
Don't bring that
Serious.
mess
I'm my
here.
top. My patience and tolerance. The more bullshit that keeps happening is getting lower and lower and lower.
That's right, Jeffrey, because we ain't got time for that.
Y'all gonna turn me into Jack Talcott.
Hi, I'm Jack Talcott. Peace and salutations.
I heart. We need some. Vinny, would you let us merch you? Can we pimp you? We need
Salute
some
on
merch.
track.
I heart Vinny would be
Salute.
perfect.
Salute on track. Salute. You know, when I gotta get my capos out doing some business on these streets, Jeffrey, as the godfather of kitty cats, I got to untrackable. But the thing is, I can't track him down. He's just that untrackable. Ooh. So
Well,
yeah,
he
nice
finds his way here
meditation
at least.
today,
He
Jeff.
tracks us.
Just dancing around, Beastie Boying it up, She's crafty, girls, girls, that's one of my favorite ones. Is a girls song.
I love their album, that first album, but all the songs blend together.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
But one of my real favorite ones, especially today, you see, Jeff, today's the 1010 portal, and
Oh, is there another portal?
yeah, today, 1010.
How do we take advantage of it?
Well, that's up to each and every one. But 1010, it's the 1010 is divine timing. So as divine timing, my Beastie Boy way, because it had the airplane picture. So I kind of meditated on that while I was, listening to their songs. And lo and behold, here I am. On the other side of that damn portal of 1010, I'm on the Gen X Jeff show. Who
The
knew?
Beasties led you here. That's so
That's it.
appropriate.
The airplane just said, all right, Vinny, this is where you got to parachute out. And I said, oh, how do I do? And they said, fuck that, Vinny. And they just said, she's crafty. And out I went, and I just parachuted in. I just flew in the sky.
I'm
You should have seen my
honored.
whiskers, Jeff. My whiskers wrapped around the side of my face and shit. My ears were going all out of whack, like a windshield wiper out of broken windshield. I was like, where am I going? And here I am.
Puss. Yeah, Frank, but good thing I speak monkey. I got what you were saying. So. Well, how are you? How's your love? What's your love level tonight?
Oh, I'm always full of love.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I
my love
just I'm
energy, my
trying to
love,
bring that love back.
not for everybody now, but for me
I feel like I
personally,
got a false
yeah,
start.
I'm all about the loves.
All right, that makes I want to get better at it.
And what do you
I
want?
try really hard to love y'all. I do.
Well, see, that's the thing. You don't try, just let it happen. You
Nothing
can't
comes
try to love.
out.
Love takes over you, and it can,
Like
love is
neurotic
something
constipation.
that's very gentle and takes over your heart. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah, it's not. It was for a little while. Yeah, Frank. Well, I don't hate it. It's just what is it? The Tin Man that didn't have the heart, and he was going to the wizard.
And I think the
Oh,
Tin
he
Man
he
needed oil.
wanted courage though, not love.
He wanted oil, right? He needed oil. Earl.
Yeah,
He needed the
which
Earl
I
to
could use
move.
some of that too. But um,
Yeah, the Tin Man needed WD-40.
yeah.
The Lion, he needed a heart, and
No,
the
he needed the
Scarecrow.
courage. What did I'm so confused. It's been
The
so long
Scarecrow
since
needed a match. I think he needed a
the
match
Scarecrow needed brains because he had straw for
because he
brains.
was a zombie. I heard he was a zombie.
The Tin Man did need the heart. The Lion needed the courage. The Tin Man did need the heart. Was it to feel human? Like he needed to feel human emotion?
I don't know, but what a shine on him, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm like the Tin Man.
I like how the Lion. He was like, I don't know the way he spoke. I don't know if I could imitate that.
So many lions lately.
Oh, they're lying, Jeffrey. These streets, they be lying.
Everyone's, yeah. Bring out the lions. And I thought there was this spiritual awakening happening. Remember, like
Not everybody.
everybody's like spirits was awakening, and it was all bullshit. It was all panel bullshit. I feel so.
Jeff, the thing
Stupid.
is that just don't even concern yourself with other people where they are, because they could be. They just think of you, and that's it. That's it.
I
Um,
know, but it's hard to just think of you when
no,
you're
not
trying to do
really.
something larger than you.
Well, not everybody's going to be awakened, and not everybody wins the. Everybody
It's
wins.
more me. It's more it's frustration with my own self because I'm so bad at like I get fooled every time because of my own shortcomings. And then I get frustrated with myself because I'm so half retarded.
Well, you shouldn't get frustrated with yourself. You
I
just tell
know, but it
yourself,
just I
all
do.
right, you recognize something that you want to
I know.
change, and then you start over. You
Yeah.
pick yourself
Yeah.
up and try again. Just dust yourself off and try again, try again.
Bullshito.
You know?
Like if Toto had a leash, the trouble would not have happened in the first place because the witch would not have gotten him.
Toto, they had
Because
that.
the whole thing was her dream, so her dream would have been different. So that means the plot would have been different if Toto had a leash, because he would have never got captured by Mrs. Gulch.
Was that her name? Gulch? Miss Gulch?
Yeah, that was
Gulch.
Margaret Hamilton.
Hmm. Gulch. So I wonder if she liked big gulps. Mrs. Gulch likes big
I
gulps.
don't know if they, I don't know if they had big
Hi,
gulps
I'm
back then.
Mrs.
She may
Gulch.
have taken big gulps.
I'm Miss Gulch. Oh, I gotta get my free
You're,
refill, Jeffrey.
Maggie,
My
you're on in
damn
5.
daughter Dorothy, she's
Oh,
floating around in the damn universe at that Wizard of Ozzy place again.
right. It might have stayed black and white too. So that leash was changed cinematic history.
I would say most people live in black and white, and it's up to each and every one of us to find the colorization of your life. Yeah, yeah, I like that. See, that was a download, Jeff.
I live in darkness and
Well,
ultraviolet.
not all darkness is necessarily bad.
No, I know. You're talking to a Scorpio.
Do you ever sit in a dark room with no lights?
Dude, that's all I do. Like, cause all I listen to music, and I never need the light just to listen to music. Even as a kid, I never saw the point of keeping the light on when all you're doing is listening. So I would turn it off and sit in the dark and listen to my music, and I loved
Yeah.
it.
Because if you really focus and quiet your mind, a dark room meditation I've done a few times. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And when I used to use psychedelics, we'd sit in the dark rooms, and your mind would create all kind of stuff in the air
Well,
in front of
yeah,
you.
psychedelics, yeah, but I mean, just on a natural mind, no, things added to it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it
You
is.
come out talking like Mrs. Gulch. You're looking for the 7-Eleven.
What was her line? I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
The witch. A lot of witches running around out here, though, on these streets. I've noticed. A lot of
Yeah, for is it the? I think it's. I'm starting to think it's the panel verse. I really think it's like a pit of quicksand.
It's the panel verse and candle magic. A lot of ladies out there doing candle magic on people.
Oh, I don't know about all them.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about the ladies too much here.
Except I love the ladies. Many love this pussycat. Love the ladies.
Yeah, your avatar is about as lady as we get
I'm a big
sometimes.
hairy pussy. Flying out of the Beastie Boys airplane singing She's Crafty.
It does losers mean people that are not gonna go anywhere beyond the panel verse? Because if that's the case, I can probably grant you that.
I think the panel verse for most losers out there, this is it. Yeah, this is their last stop. A lot of them are getting a rude awakening that they're not. I don't know. I don't even know. I won't say that.
Oh, you
I say,
download
Jeff, I'm learning how
Buzzsprout.
to just bite my tongue.
No, not on here. We don't. This is where people come to bleed all that shit out.
Gotta bleed it out. Hi, I'm Ben Shapiro. Hello. How's that? Is that good? I've been working on my Ben Shapiro lately.
Well, I don't know because I don't really watch him, so I don't know him that well. It
I
sounds
don't
close
either.
to me, the
I don't
little I've
either.
heard
That's
of
why
him.
I don't know if I get it down properly because I can't stand. I could do like 5 minutes of listening, but then I can go on and practice it because it's just someone with a stuffy nose and hello, I'm Ben Shapiro.
Oh my God, that would fool me
Hello, I'm Ben Shapiro.
because you could put him to AI, like have an AI version of him and do the voice.
I dry up all the wet ass pussy out there, Jeffrey. I don't like that Cardi B. She sung that song. I had to ask my wife, the doctor.
I
I
love
already
Cardi
did that
B.
bit. So, uh, you got to do it for yourself, Jeff. Whatever this ride is, this magical place.
I am. I'm definitely doing it for myself, and I'm
You
getting a
have
lot out
fun
of
with it.
it. Like the personal growth I feel like I've that's happened just from doing YouTube is it's real. Like I see the effects of it every day in my real life. So
Yeah.
it is doing something very useful. But I'm also trying to bring it to other people. Like I don't want it to be just my own personal therapy and that's it.
I understand. But most people that I've learned when I talk about spirituality, they just yawn and then they just want to watch what's on the TV or something. Yeah. No one really. I would say out of the population, whatever the fucking number is on this planet and beyond, there's not very many people who are very spiritually in tune or are looking to advance to be in tune to it. And a good spiritual person doesn't force or put it on anybody.
Right. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I can't for all I can do is put it out there. But
It's not.
that's my mission is to put it out there. I don't feel like it's out there.
Well,
So
you
I at least
understand that
want to
you
put it
emit a
out there.
frequency, right? Can you conceive the concept that you emit a frequency even if you're not speaking or you
Um
just by sitting here
yeah,
right
I can kind of give you that
now? Okay. So that's
more or
your
less.
so you have a unique frequency like your fingerprints and DNA and it's being shot all over the universe. It just depends upon how far you can push out that frequency to land other frequencies that are going to find you.
I need
You
to
see, it's
push it
not really you
harder.
finding them, it's them find you know what I mean? They're gonna
Yeah.
draw into you or you draw into a one like the party center of where your world will make perfect sense when you surround yourself with the people who are
Yeah.
on the
I've
same
had that before too. I know
yeah.
exactly
They're not on the
when it
same
like what
frequency.
it looks like when it starts to happen.
Right. But the vibration of that frequency creates the imagery and perspective, and you'll find a lot of people that I seen is it's more of the perspective of life. Like people don't want to really understand what certain unique perspectives that this place is offering.
So are you saying like it's
That's
better to
one.
work on the energy? Like I can do it through working on the energy and getting that to be more attractive of what I'm looking for. Hey, track.
Your emotional scale.
My energy is jacked.
Now, when you say jacked, you mean like it's like working out, or it's
No,
like
it's
want want
no,
want.
it's not. Where it's all
It's all scattered and all over
it's
the.
all fried out right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, taking breaks, taking naps, going for a walk, that usually helps.
Yeah, like
Just
to a reset.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
just
haven't had that.
anything, different that you could do, but it's an enjoyable thing for you to do to quiet your mind. The key is to keep your mind quiet. And what I mean by quiet is you're just not worrying about anything. You're not concerning yourself about other people. You don't give a fuck if a comet's coming down and smacking into the earth tonight. You don't, you just
I don't
free of all worries.
I'm like that at work, believe it or not. When I get in my zone, am exactly like that.
Yeah,
Just
it's kind of
focusing on
like
whatever's in front of me and just do my little thing.
yeah, and life, once you're not focused and worrying about things that are out of your control, It
Just
like
other people.
it just feels freeing, you know. It frees you up. Like, it's the best way for me to describe it.
I guess, Rennie, you make a good point, and I guess for like once in my life, I didn't want to be freed up. I'm
Right.
like that's the problem is I'm freed up, and I don't want that. I wasn't looking for the freedom.
Right. No, I feel the same way in a way. Like when I stop watching television, I'm like, well, fuck, what am I gonna fucking do now? Yeah. And it was a little, but I just did it slowly. And then, you know, and it's like anything else. You just do it little by little. You just don't go in and
Take it slow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good suggestion.
Did you ever, but the key is just to understand that your existence behind your eyeballs and within your skin and bones is your universe. And what
Yeah,
you
I'm a
what your
solipsist. I
perspective of
definitely
what you're
understand that.
seeing out, what you want, what eventually should happen, which I'm working on. I can't say working on it, I'm having fun with it, is understanding that once those two are in sync, then that's when things manifest for you in the physical.
Wait, which two things?
When your emotional scale, and I don't know,
Oh, but that was you just said it. That was
I
good.
know, but I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
down
I
with it.
can always go back and watch, so it's on stream.
Yeah,
So those two things have to be in sync, and one of them is your emotional skill. That's the part that's messed up.
right. The
Like there's
emotional scale. If your emotional scale is not, let's say, within, so let's say it's look what a gas gauge looks like, right? It's on. You have E to the left and full to the right, and then you have a halfway marker, right? So you don't want your gauge going to the left and going to the E, and considering that's going to be a negative thing. You want your energy into more of, at least, no let. I mean, this is for me, but I try to keep it where I want to at least keep my tank at 3/4, 25% variable to the full. And I learned by doing that is just not concerning myself with things that I just can't change. And that could be even engaging in any kind of conversations you just don't want to participate in. It could be it's just as easy as that. Or don't take that phone call that you used to jump and grab and it was like, I got to sit there. Like the phone, like a phone call where a person or a friend, it's just you just saying, yeah, yeah. You're doing a million things. You could put the phone down on speaker and they just, and you just come back to the phone, and then just move away. And it's just pointless interactions, I would say. I don't like to have pointless interactions really anymore, whether if it's on here or anywhere.
I
You know,
love pointless interactions.
here's a for instance, right? I'm
Just
getting
how
in the car today. I'm going down my road, and my neighbor, and usually when I see him, I usually hit the gas pedal and just keep going. I wave, but he, to me, is just not a person that I could just want to spend my time. And even if it's for a 5-10 minute, hey, what's going on? How you? The guy, to me, So, but he was like mowing his grass and shit, but he was just like unsaddling off his little fucking John Deere thing, and he gave me the finger in the air, like like he's waiting, like he's waving down a bus driver, like hello, right? And then that's one split second moment of me already waving to him. My foot already is getting the signal, hit the gas, and then not in an obvious way, leave the guy in the dust, but I've just, there's nothing I know that guy, that man, is going to say to me that's going to brighten my day. So I avoid him. Being as nice and neighborly as I possibly can. Dad's not having a heart attack. His house is not on fire. There's nothing. So what's he going to say to me? His usual things in the past years, whatever. All negative. Where I got to hear about this doctor bill. The boo, and his wife. I don't care. Because there's nothing that man is ever going to say in that instance for me, in order, because I don't want to think about what he has to say to me, because then it might get in, and then I'd be thinking about that, and then he might change my energy. If
Track, you have any thoughts on? You have any thoughts on this?
Untrack has untrackable energy. You can't see
Oh, he's
No,
there.
it's all fair. Because like Vinny's talking about the meter of the energy, and just in a metaphor, like he mentioned about the gas tank. When you have a full tank of gas, you have, you know, as many miles as you have gas to go, but you also have less gas mileage because you're carrying more weight, right? But when you have less than a half a tank of gas, you maybe start to get a little anxiety about your capabilities and what maybe the expectations of something that might pop up that you might want to do. So having a solid half a tank of gas or a solid, level energy, that it's not too much to where it's wasteful, trying to do too much for maybe things that aren't even on your plate, but you don't have anxiety about not having enough to keep going.
right.
And just
I gotta pee real bad. Y'all keep talking.
Like Untrack, it's like,
yeah,
like old Vinny would have been like, all right, let me stop the car, put my window down, let this fucking guy lean into the just pointless chitter chatter. It's like, like if he was funny, if his energy was good, I would be like I have a neighbor, and it's like, well, if we happen to catch each other, we'll stop, boom, window to window, fist bump, how you doing, ba ba ba, has the family, ba ba ba, nothing crazy, but just good energy about it, quick interaction, and then boom, we're on our way. Not the, well, Lenny, what do you think about what's going on in the world? Bum, bum, da, bum, da, bum. And I'm like, I don't care about the world. I don't put my fucking TV. This guy wouldn't even understand I don't put my TV on unless I'm watching like a NASCAR race or something that it's
yeah.
But
And it just brings something to mind about, like, the people that you run into is like, I used to buy smoke. I bought smoke off of like a lot of different people, but nothing planned in my day, because these were never friends. They were providers.
right.
And it seems like the only reason you have a conversation with them is so that way it doesn't look like somebody just drove up to your house, gave you something for money, and drove away. It's like, that's suspicious.
Right. But to me,
It's like, no, stay here for at least like 5 minutes.
right.
Pretend like we're, colleagues or something like that. So that way you're not just in the neighborhood and out of the neighborhood,
Right. Like to me, I even feel sometimes like even like I'm at the level now, Track, where like even if I was to stop, like just by him like leaning on my car, like to me that's just like him
Oh,
touching
hey,
my car,
Zephyr.
putting like his energy onto that space that surrounds me in a way. Although I know, in a way that I protect myself spiritually in a way, like to ward off any evil eyes but he to me is a kind of guy that would be a remote viewer of some other entity trying to, keep tabs on me. Now, I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but it's kind of like
I
where
do.
Fuck energy.
like monitoring spirits in a way. Like he would be easy pickings for me.
Who?
Well, my neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Like easy pickings, I feel like would be someone who is just not in tune with the universe in a way where, like, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I'm a believer with spiritual, because in spiritual things you have good and bad, right? And whether if it's good or bad, Good, I think, is always going to be good and can go through anything. But the bad ones pick upon the weak ones that they could like not control in a way, but definitely use like their energy to monitor you or me.
Wait, say that again. Monitor?
I'll say like a remote viewing or a monitoring spirit, just right down to an animal, you know, spiritual realm to me. This is just me, but a spiritual realm can use animals to come around at you at the right time,
What?
and
There
kind
was
of
a
like
spider on me in
kind of
my
like
stream
saying
the other
either
day.
hello or whatever. And I'm not saying anything is all bad about stuff like that. I'm just saying that. But to me, him just breathing, because he's one of those window leaners too. If I didn't talk to him like from car to car window, but like he goes in and you can see like he's having the conversation. He's looking down at my formats. He's looking at my packages. He's looking over, breathing in. I'm like, oh, just get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just hit the gas because you know what? And that's pretty much what I've learned to do is just hit the gas pedal on people I don't want to stop and say anything to anymore because I have nothing to say to him. Not one fucking thing.
Well, I don't even look at you. Don't make eye contact.
You can make eye contact. Well, that's why you wear sunglasses, Jeff, like me. But it's just that, like that man is you talk about insects earlier. That man to me is an insect. I have nothing in common with that. I have no idea what goes on behind his eyeballs. It's just that he is on he is just a loop. He's a looping.
Have you talked to him before, or you get all this from just
I've
watching
spoken to him many a times before.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
here. I've lived in his home a while, but in fact, even another neighbor that's around, the same thing. You just learn over time that they're just one other neighbor, whether he's a complete scumbag, but you learn that over time, After I've had good conversations about, after NASCAR racing and shit when I was really watching it hardcore, I'm talking like, 2006, 2007 kind of shit. But from that time now, I've been here now over 20 years. It's like, I just don't have anything in common. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, give you a wave. If you're not dropping dead of a heart attack or your house is on fire, I ain't stopping. I don't care how many fingers in the air, like, oh, what? The bus, like he puts his hands up and shit. I just hit the gas and go, man. Because, and I know, like, he's probably going back or saying to himself, why didn't he stop? He saw me going, yeah. But me, I wouldn't be, I'm not that way. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know if I'm using him as a good example, but I just don't want to hang around. If I could hit the gas pedal at any certain points in time and avoid certain people, I do it. Yeah, and the gas pedal's a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? Like, like sometimes when you're in the aisle and you're shopping for something, you just feel like someone's going to ask you for something. And I do it. Whoop! Oh, what's that? Oh, look at it. I look at my wrist. Like I don't have a watch on, but I'm looking at what? Whoop! Do like okie doke and just fucking, moonwalk the way out of there.
Well, you said it before. You said it before when you
end the conversation if I need to.
When like if you find yourself in a conversation like that, I think you said it before, where it's like, yeah, we said hello, we did the greetings of the day, and maybe there was something that we're both interested in, like maybe it's baseball time. So did you see the game last night? Oh yeah, this was the highlight that everybody's talking about, and we can share that moment. But then, for the sake of talking, maybe somebody goes on like a personal feeling, and that's when you turn into yeah, sure,
right.
Yeah, okay.
What does that mean?
That means
you're not really listening to him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're listening. You just have no input because now they're talking about their personal lives. They tricked you into this common.
You come up here talking about your personal lives every day.
No, he's talking about the example of, like, let's say the guy that I used to speak to, my neighbor, most reasons why I would stop and talk to him would be like on a Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon after the NASCAR race on Sunday. So we would talk about that, and then we'd be on our way. And then he slowly introduced what track's saying is like, I gotta eat and take my back pills. You know how my doctors have been, and I'm just like, what?
Oh,
And
I
then it's
love
like
all
you're
that
being
stuff.
held hostage by the conversation, and I'm like, oh. And then I learned I'm not stopping and talking to you anymore. I'm just, I don't tell that to them, but they should get the point. Don't try to wave me down like you're missing the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Or what, I'm the bus driver. I'm like, feet still fail me now. I'm a gas pedal.
And listeners, it's not. I don't think it's wrong to have those little snippet type conversations. It's not a bad thing.
No,
But listeners and people that find themselves caring about everybody, they will get sucked in not just by that one person. They will get sucked in by everyone, and next thing
It's
you know,
what
so
happens.
sometimes as individuals, we got to be like, okay, I just want to go back to my daydream and going through
What
uh, my motions.
What do you mean about getting sucked in by everyone?
like maybe like this. I
Because
take
I'm
what
that
he's.
person he's talking about.
Well, I take like what on track saying like getting sucked in would be like, let's just say whatever you're in a room, and you
Yeah.
just know there's somebody who's looking for they're a little louder, and but they're nudging in a way not physically towards you or me, but you just know they want to get a reaction out of you, no matter what it is, like whether they're telling the joke and you smile and laugh, and like old me, I would have maybe morally and easily engaged in conversations with strangers. Let's say it's a doctor's waiting room or it's whatever it is, and people start talking amongst themselves like a doctor's room, right? And nobody really knows each other. Let's just say somebody tripped and fell or whatever, something happened to you. But there's somebody who always wants to like talk more, and I just don't talk. Like how are you? How like me lately when I do any kind of thank God for self checkout, but I just don't. I'll say hello and that's it.
That's all anybody
That's it.
expects.
Well, there's people out
I
there.
guess I live in
Okay,
Washington
I'm
State
giving bad
too.
examples.
Nobody talks to anybody up here, so like
I
what
guess
you
I'm giving
describe
bad
sounds
examples.
normal. I don't ever meet talkers.
I just don't. It's just back to I don't pick up the phone if someone I know is calling me. That's going to be a conversation like on track was, where most of my conversation is them speaking all about themselves. They'll ask me, okay, here's a perfect example. They'll
That's
ask
what
me,
you
let's
just
just say I
said.
had a surgery or some shit, right? They'll call, how you doing? And blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, yeah, okay, I'm doing good. And then the whole conversation turns into everything mostly about what ails them. And then I'm just on the other end of the line going, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't get a word in edgewise, not like I want to. But
Because
I
they
always
want to
look for a
talk
reason
and
to
they have a
hang up,
listener on the other end, or they think they do.
you know. I just, you know, by the things that I've started to practice myself, I just segmented myself that not to run into anybody like that anymore. And if I do, I do, and I just know how to act appropriately towards it or whatever that would be.
Yeah, same here, Zephyr. I'm both. I could talk or listen. I used to work on a volunteer on a helpline where all we did was people would call in, we'd listen to them talk. They could talk about whatever they want. We'd just sit there and listen. And okay. I loved
Hmm.
it. 4 hours a night, I'd go and sit at the phones and listen to people talk.
And
I've got a special type of acquaintance at work. They're like, it's different when you're close to somebody all the time. You will find yourself talking to them when either of you needs to talk, and you listen to each other whether you care or not. But there's this special guy at work, and from across the warehouse, I mean, you're talking damn near a football field away. He will scream my name, and if I ignore him, he will scream my name again. And it's not until I make eye contact and give him a thumbs up or something like that that he'll be like, yee yee. and then drive away and continue doing his
How did
job.
that go again on track?
Like he is living his best life, but he needs something, and you know, to protect my job, to protect my livelihood, and to protect the character that I want to, you know, put out into the world. The last thing I want to do is like stop saying my goddamn name. Like leave me the fuck
Just
alone.
tell,
I'm working
like, did
too.
you tell him and like take him aside and just tell him? Quit screaming
No,
my name across the, but in a
I will.
diplomatic way.
No, I will throw up the peace sign and smile from
No,
100 yards
he's
away.
gonna keep
And
doing it unless you tell him why you don't want him to do
what?
it anymore.
Maybe
I can't believe the
maybe
work
that's one of
lets him
those.
do it.
Well, maybe it's one of those secret signals that takes me out of my funk every once in a while because I get to concentrate on being annoyed rather than concentrate on some superficial problems that I can't actually solve.
Right.
It yanks you out of whatever it is. So you know, it's like a wake up a little bit. It's annoying, but maybe it's a little bit of a hey, somebody cares enough about me to see me from that far away when I'm going through this talking to myself thing that may not be so positive. Sometimes it interrupts my concentration on my work, and sometimes it just pulls me out of, you know, those what do you call it? Self-hatred type thoughts like
You have self-hatred.
I suck at life. Well,
Wait, what?
maybe
What?
that's not exactly the word, but like this, you're just feeling down. Like
Oh,
you don't feel successful. Maybe you want more out of life, but there's nothing you can really do about it. I'm in a good
sure there
space.
is. Well,
I have what I have,
I
and
know, but you're
I
not
don't
stuck
really have.
there if you want more.
I really don't have any problems, but you know, we get down sometimes. And when somebody screams your name, it just kind of snaps you up. It's like, oh, somebody needs me. Oh, it's that dude that just wants to go yee and drive away.
Yee-hee! Track, I see you way over yonder. Yee-hee!
And maybe giving him a response. Maybe giving him a response is what he needed to make him feel validated. And
But he
I don't
does it
see
every
anything
day
wrong
like
with
it's a ritual.
Oh, he'll do it like 10 times, 15 times a day.
He probably likes
I
to
think he
echo in
does
the
it.
building.
I think he does it to everybody. I really think he
So
does it
when
to
you said
everybody.
you really mean special.
It's probably good
I
acoustics in
mean,
there.
it's maybe it's a personality trait type of special because he's
Oh,
not
not special,
like
special.
yeah, I mean, he does the same type of job as we all do. You know, he runs equipment. He he
Okay.
he can read, he can do the work. He's not, you know, disabled. It's just, you know, what do you say? Like it's at work, but it's socially awkward in my opinion.
I'm like,
Yeah, I
what's
mean,
supposed to
Because
even
I
say,
to
say
be
Ralph?
yelling at someone across from a warehouse is kind of awkward.
yeah, because I mean, I'm the type of person I say good morning to you when I see you for the first time, or whenever I see you for the first time. If we come into a certain distance, um, that's me acknowledging that I saw you today. I'm probably not going to talk to you unless work brings us together to actually have to talk.
Yeah, nobody expects that. I don't. I have coworkers I say hi to, and I have no other reason to talk to at all the rest of the day. It would be weird if we talked.
Yeah, it's
I
cool
usually
to
really only talk to the coworkers that I need to like communicate with to do my job.
yeah, but even passing the time, like if you're going to be standing here and I'm going to be standing here for an extended period of time and there's a lull and nothing needs our attention, you know, maybe that's when you have the conversation about the baseball game
No,
or
no, because this is what happens. Again, I live in Washington State. This is the lull. People will take
oh,
and
okay,
start doing that, and then nobody will talk because everybody they think everybody wants to pay attention to their phone, and so nobody starts conversations.
I gotcha. You usually when I take a break, like I don't mess with my phone while I'm working. In fact, it's a policy violation to have your phone out on the work floor because it's a
Oh,
safety issue.
are you? We
Uh,
work. They
ev-
give us phone. Like everything we do is on the phone. The whole day at work, we're doing this on the phone, and it's the phone that the work gives us to do our job because we have to do everything on the phone.
oh, okay. I can understand that. But like if I want to doom scroll Reddit or Facebook or YouTube or something, that's like when I'm in the break area
Yeah.
outside and I'm smoking my cigarette, I'm probably buried in my phone, like scrolling
Hmm.
these things. But if I'm stuck next to somebody like on the work floor and there's nothing going on, yeah, we're gonna find something kind of not necessarily personal, but outside of work to talk about for at least a couple of minutes until we have to kick it back up again. Because once we're working, there's really no human interaction. It's just working with the equipment and the products.
Oh, so you take the every little chance you get to talk to a person.
I mean, if it comes to that, if it's that person at that time that is also willing, but you know, sometimes, like you said, those people will pull up their phone every chance they get, and I'm not in their business. I don't know if they're,
You're also in the
uh,
South, though. The social climate is very different there too. Up here,
yeah,
there's no
yeah,
expectation to talk to people unless they want you to. There's people stand and sit in silence for hours here, and it's not awkward.
and so much of military culture um, comes from like the the courtesy. If you're near me, like acknowledge me. We're human beings. Whereas like people talk about like New York, it's like you apparently it's not a thing to
I don't
walk by
acknowledge
somebody
everybody around me just because they're
and
around me.
smile. I mean, I pass people when I pass somebody, a stranger on the street. It's the same thing, just like I'm at work. It's like, oh, hey, good morning.
I'd never get anywhere if I stopped and acknowledged every single stranger that I passed.
Well, I don't stop, but I look them in the face and I acknowledge them.
Oh, not me. I want to get where I'm
I can
going.
imagine do that in a place like bigger cities and stuff like that because you'd be saying good morning 100,000 times on your way to work or something like that. But I'm never out in public roaming the streets like that anyway, really. But when we're out and well, we stop at a diner and it's like my wife says, "Oh, let's walk to this shop down here." I'm probably going to say good morning to at least 5 people within a mile.
Hey Jeff, I had
Some
it
people
down.
are so
Do what, Vinny?
and
I'm sorry. Let
yeah,
Jeff
go,
go.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I had it down a little bit. I was outside smoking
Oh,
a cigarette on my
okay.
union break. Have you thought about doing a daily meditation, maybe for 30 minutes, or try 15 minutes a day of a daily
I
meditation?
hate meditate. No, I can't meditate. That's where you have to sit still
No, no, you don't have to
and
sit
not
still.
think. I'm
What?
horrible at that.
See this? That's now. See, that's what I was maybe geared to just mention it to you. You know, you sit or stay, do anything that you want to do. I started sitting, obviously, but just in a comfortable position. You can put your feet up, pillow behind your head, blanket, whatever, without
That's called
falling asleep.
sleep.
Well, if you fall asleep, you fall asleep. But if you incorporated that and just listen to the sounds around you and quieting your mind, you try it. Maybe you might not get into it, the first week or the second week, and you might not get into
It
it for
takes
the
so long.
full amount of time you want to allot for it, but little by little, that is something that you could. It definitely is, because I thought the same way you did, and I avoided it like the plague for the first 3 years when I was being guided towards doing that.
I just know I don't have the discipline for it. I know myself. I did a 40-minute one time, silent meditation.
Yeah, I
It's
figured I'd just throw it out
so
there.
painful.
And on track in public, what I like today, like there's a certain street that I'll use, and it's pretty bumper to bumper at a certain time. And I'm always picking out. I'm like, all right, I just by the look of the car, like I need to turn, and there's no way, and there's no light, so I'm waiting to see who's going to be the one that lets me go. Hits the brakes, puts the brights on. Go ahead, go ahead. And I usually am pretty good now at picking out the cars that are going to flash me. And I'm like, it's like door holders. You run it, person knows you're right there getting ready to go into the door, and they don't hold the door for you. It is what it is. But it's always like the door holders. It's like, oh yeah, no, I'm always thank you. I don't know if that really means anything to
I
anybody.
was told one time that holding the door open for another man is a sign of dominance, and that a lot of men don't like other men holding doors open for them because they have to submit to that guy holding the door open.
Well, I'm not saying like they're gonna open the door for you, but I'm just saying like I'm walking in the store and I know someone's on my heels, but not right on, but just enough where
Yeah, no,
for
that's
about
what I mean. Like
for
holding.
like 5 seconds, I'm gonna hold the door that I opened up for myself. It's not like I'm opening it up and holding it. You know
No,
what I mean?
that's what I mean. Like holding the
I
door
thought you
open.
meant like a
Like the guy
doorman.
behind you, you keep it open so they can get through. That's what I'm talking about.
I
It's
thought you meant like
supposedly a
opening it
sign
up.
of dominance and submission, and a lot of guys resist it.
Ah, I don't know about. I don't know about that. I mean, like a.
I don't care. I don't
could
even
see
pay
maybe
attention to that stuff.
I could
If
see
you
maybe
hold the
like a
door for me, that's
doorman.
fine. That's less work I have to do.
They're just standing out there and they're smoking a cigarette, and then they pull the door open and go ahead. Yeah, I could maybe see it like that. But if you're both entering, trying, and you both, one's right behind the other, you hold the fucking door. I don't know. And usually the person looks pretty
Yeah, I
miserable
mean,
when they're
I
in it.
always hold. If there's somebody behind me, I'll hold.
Yeah, like
Like
you're
I won't
halfway in
stand
the
there and
store.
hold it, but I'll like
Right.
push it to where it stays open.
Well, yeah, you'll just right. It's almost like a 3 second hold or a 4 second hold. Usually the person will pick up their
But
steps
I don't
before
like
you.
stop and wait to see if they made it through or not.
No, well, they're right I'm talking
Right. I
right
just
there
keep
right
walking.
behind you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just stuff like that. But I think that letting someone go in traffic is a better way to explain, you know. Because you have the people that hit the gas and like, I ain't gonna let him go. Or you got the ones that slow down and say, yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead. I ain't got nothing else. You know what I mean? I don't. You don't see too much of that out there.
It's, I think of a lot of metaphors when it comes to traffic, and there's certain place on my way home where shopping center, there's a grocery store, there's Ace Hardware, there's a gas station, there's a Wendy's, and it comes out into a 5-lane road, and there's no light at this exit of the shopping center. So people that want to take a left, they got to come across the 2 lanes that are going in one direction, and then there's the center lane, and then there's another 2 lanes of traffic, but it is right before a traffic light.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you're pulling up knowing that you're going to stop anyway. There's nowhere you can go. You're just waiting for things to move on. But if somebody needs to make a left, what's wrong with stopping like 2 car lengths back from the car in front of you and hoping that, the car next to you in that lane recognizes that, hey, we like it's a nonverbal communication. Hey, we are about to leave a gap because clearly these people need to get out.
Right.
And it just, hey, all you got to do is let one car go and you did your good deed for the day. And then the light changes. It's a horrible situation for anybody that tries to exit that way. But letting one car go, it's not hurting you at all. In fact, you can't go anywhere. And if you do pull all the way up, those people are hate staring you while you're stopped. You're continuing to make them stop for no fucking reason.
The hate stare. They're like, well, how about the
Courtesy
people-
means absolutely nothing, but it can mean the world when you give it.
Right. You know, the people that are so,
Fuck courtesy.
you know, they let's just say you're on the road. It's a 2-lane road, and then there's a street that goes down, and let's just say it's bumper to bumper. Like, I'm well enough aware, like, I'm not going to still stay on the guy's bumper knowing that my car now is going to prevent cars from either turning in or trying to get out of that certain street. So I'll leave the space open, And sometimes you could just hear the horn honk behind me sometimes. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, asshole. I mean, like that matters to them. But then the justification comes, not always, but when somebody does pop out, and since I've left the space so people could either enter the block or pull out of the block, conscious enough that I'm not sitting there blocking it, now holding up 2 different cars, waiting until I get the fuck out the way, It's just that some people are just so... a lot of people are really glued to their fucking phones when they're driving around. I mean... I know it's been that way a while, but I've just been I don't know. Maybe I'm just noticing more of it around here. I don't know. But
Something that I also have found that has helped me be more courteous is when everybody's jumbled up, more people try things that they probably shouldn't, and it creates a very unsafe environment. So to protect myself, you know what? I'll yield, even if it's not my turn to yield. Just get on with your business, so that way I can continue on safely.
right. Like, get on. I like the ones that just fucking rip on the shoulders. Like, they know it's like, fuck it, I'm just going to pull onto the shoulder and just drive the shoulder. And then you see a couple people follow that. To me, I mean, yeah, I whatever, So, listen, if you got to go to the bathroom or something, I mean, you got to go. But I always think, like, there's got to be so much crap where you're going to pop your tires most of the time when people decide to just say, fuck it, I want to bounce off and hit the shoulder on the interstate and just ride that. And it's like, ugh. Well, then you have the guy who pulls out to try to do it too, and he doesn't realize there's a guy coming down on the shoulder, barreling down on him. They crash into each other. See, shit like that, I find it funny.
I see a lot of things, especially on the road, and you don't have to have much of a car to go fast. These 4-cylinder cars will go 150 miles an hour. But the thing is, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That is not a race car, which means when you fail, it will crumble, it will catch on fire, and you will die. So, take your chances as you will. Like, a street car was designed to crumble.
Hey, fatty.
NASCARs have roll cages. F1 cars, they implemented the little face thing. These guys, they get airtime at 200 plus miles an hour, catch on fire, and they can walk away from it. You can't do that at 60 miles an hour in a normal car.
Right. Jeff, how do you like getting back to being a car owner now?
It's kind of weird. I really only go back and forth to work so far, but
Did it take you a little while to adjust? Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
right.
yeah, it is. It's been 16 years, but I'm doing well. I remember it all.
Right.
It's just weird being. I don't know how I did without a car for 16 years. Like what? How? Now that I have a car, it seems weird to not have had one that long.
Right.
There's definitely a psychology. There's like a mindset to having a car versus not having a car
You feel a little
that
bit
you
more free,
shift
right?
to,
You feel a little
huh?
bit more free. Like, hey, I could just pop downstairs.
Mentally,
Right.
but physically, I feel late. Like now that I have the car and I can drive anywhere, I'm like, I don't want to get in the car and drive all the way out there, and I end up just sitting home. So, yeah, I got bigger problems than just it's not the car. But yeah, it's not. It feels normal, you know.
Yeah.
And that road trip thing.
Have you decided much on that yet?
Well, I don't know. After the latest stuff, I'm really questioning everything. Like I'm my judgment about everything. So maybe it's not good for me to just get behind the wheel of a car and take off randomly into the unknown.
Right. Well, you see, it's something that you're looking to do. You put it in one of your ideas, you sent it out into the universe. And, like anything else, I I foresee that manifesting for you in one way or another. And when it does, it's probably going to be better. And you be like, wow, thank God I didn't do it when I wanted to do it because, look, the divine road led me here. You know,
So don't try to plan it. Just kind of throw it out there
you'll,
and let it come to you.
yeah, I would say like, you'll, like, cause listen, I think of things like that myself. You know, that,
Do they all eventually come to be?
well, you have to have the right, um, I would say, set of circumstance, especially on the individuals you're taking the time to go meet. Um, I am myself had thought about doing that a few times,
Really?
and well, yeah, just
Like a on the road show?
and it's not because I'm not doing it because of the person. I'm doing it mostly right now just for anonymity purposes.
Oh.
You know, but I know eventually, there's a few people on my list that I would enjoy to do something like that. That's if I get back into doing any live streaming or things of that nature.
You used to do that?
The live streaming,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you had your luchador mask.
yeah, I used to
Yeah.
do. I used to have a lot of fucking fun on live streams, and I just got diverted. It wasn't like it was anything like terrible, whatever. I was just diverted into more going, um, you know, spirituality, kind of like going to school in a way, and then getting to understand what the digital world of people were about, in a better way of kind of like what we were speaking about earlier, Jeff, like about this, when people think there's something when they're, in their real life, then they get on here and realize that, they're not what they are or what they thought they were, meaning like talented or they're the best thing since sliced bread, and blah, blah, blah. It just things like that.
I don't know. I'm still waiting on that experience. Maybe I'm hanging out in the wrong sector.
Well, at
But
this point, I think everybody's scattered. So, I mean, from the areas that I've seen and whatnot, I mean, it's like anything else. You find what you like to do, and you just do those things that put a smile on your face. You don't force it, and more importantly, what really drags the time out a lot is it takes a while to really understand who's who. You know,
do you have any tips on how, like, what do you look for when you try to understand that?
just
Because
watch.
that's one of the questions that keeps coming up is
I
how
watch.
do you tell? How do you vet people?
I watch them, whether that be in the bushes. I listen to what they have to say,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be in the bushes or on panels. I see how they treat me, how their variations go. Are they the same? Like is on like I've known Untracked not a whole long time, but almost more than 2 years. I've seen him around, and he's a consistent guy. He's very consistent in how he is, and so it's whereas somebody you could see from 1 year, 2 year, and I've gone up now to 5 years. What a difference in who you thought they were to what they've become. I've seen good turn really really bad. I've seen bad turn good. So you see the both ends of the spectrum. But genuinely, I like the consistency of what I'm going to expect out of that person. No matter if it's good or bad, because I could roll around with anybody on this. But there's certain people, like I said. I mean, my ultimate goal is kind of like to, in order to have the community that you speak about, like for myself, I'm speaking of. I want to make it where it's worth the while to do that because I entrust in that person. I know what I'm going to get. It's not like I'm going to go and see this person physically wherever and they're going to be a totally different person. And that takes time. It's just like anything else, especially knowing somebody. It just takes time. However long that time is.
But it's like it you have to get it started, at least started at some point. It's gonna do its own thing in time after that. But if no one starts it at all, the time doesn't even matter because it's not even going to
like for me,
be
I
a thing
have.
yet.
We spoke about what I envision for me is once I know when to go full throttle on getting back, maybe if it's me doing a live streams or whatnot, but I want to have, which I have some good pickings already of gathering up these talented individuals, and that would take me to visit them, to set them up properly, monetarily and equipment wise, and to make it as easy as possible for them to get on board. So when we do fire up and go full throttle, then it's going to be a great place to go, which would be a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week stream with unique individuals at certain times.
Hmm.
Think like that. Like that's my vision
Mine too.
of how I would like to see things go.
And with a some in-person option too. So like people that are all in one area can start forming so that it's you have things to do offline as well with other people.
Right, like they're right for their own individual,
Yeah.
pages. Yeah,
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 and they could stream like they could start doing streams together offline and it would be more of a instead of people sitting behind a screen watching each other, it would be more like seeing them experience life together and sharing that life with the rest of us and inspiring us to get out there and meet people and experience
right.
life. So I
Mix
think
matching the
it could be more
personalities.
three-dimensional than it is now.
Right, but like to me, my ultimate would be the networking of it all, still carrying the same,
But now I'm having doubts about all of that because I'm so like my confidence in my ability to identify quality people has been shaken. And to where I'm doubting everything, including myself. And so, if I can't have some way to filter people so that people that come into the network know that they're getting other people they can count on, then I'm not going to have much of a network to offer.
right. See, to me, Jeff, to me, it's not. It's what are you? Not you specifically when I say this, because I think to myself, I've live streamed. I could do a live stream. I could do a 24/7 live stream just on my own and just I could do a 2-3 hour live stream, no problem. But you know, it's it's the personalities of who you're surrounding yourself with is what's going to make it successful.
And the character too,
Like
not even just
anybody
personality.
could fire up and say, "Hey, I'm making boo," and then you could. Everybody could do that, but it's the uniqueness of not of that personality of that specific person that makes it unique, and offering up a team of people that I surround myself with, where I would have no problem having these kinds of people that I'm speaking about to be sitting and welcome into my own fucking living room at home. Not some wishy-washy, untalented person just is gonna just, cover some dead air at 2 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning, and just, you know, I wanted to make it where it's like, and it just like a home base of fun, a
Yeah.
home base of just interesting, real good personality, good talented individuals offering a variety of different kinds
Not a
of
freak
content.
show, like a circus of
Not a
locales and drama.
right. Just like, to me, I've
Something with
always
substance. Like each of these people with the personality can use that personality to deliver something that people can use or do something like just not just entertainment, but they can
you want
offer
to give the
some
people
substance with it.
right. Like, to me, anybody could just get up there and speak and just and just be all wishy-washy and whatever the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, they do a lot.
I'm talking about, you want the people to be the reasons of, you have to have it. And what I mean by it, you have to have the variety, let alone in your own unique personality, to sell yourself, but to have the uniqueness of other individuals that understand the common goal is to having fun and enjoying entertainment, bringing the entertainment value. Whether you're playing music and you're like a disc jockey for however that person likes to do it and their unique stylings. You have another person who likes to talk about whatever. You have another, however the different varieties are, which I already have different, set people that I would know once I'm ready, if that day is going to be coming, is to, not put on just some bullshit random fucking live stream. It's going to
Like we
go.
do now. It would be
Well, I
more
wouldn't call this
structured, you're saying,
bullshit
or like have a
because
format?
formatted for a, like, understanding who is the different talented individuals that you want to see that are going to carry the fun for you, and more importantly, the interest of the viewers. You have, no one's just going to tune in. People want to tune in. It's either they're tuning in
Well,
for
you
one
might as
stream.
well have Mike as one of those people because that's what they tune in for, so he could have his own spot.
Well, if that's what you think, you see, like,
I wonder if he'd do it.
to me, listen, everybody has their different tastes and individuals, right? And it's you're the one who wants to build the brand, right? By building the brand, understanding that brand, it's not going to be blowing smoke up your ass. It's not going to be full of hate and drama and whatever else. It's going to be just natural, individual personalities, a uniqueness of it all blending into one fusion for the full purpose of just a new way to entertain the
See,
world.
that scares me. I'm already getting because of this past experience of trying. Like I feel like I gave it a try and it ended in disaster, and the thought of trying it again. It's because I would try it again, but I would have to have a way to know that the people I'm trying it again with are the right people. But and so it's kind of a chicken or egg because there's no way to know if they're the right people till you try it first. But I don't want to try it unless they're the right people because I don't want to waste my time again.
Right. That's why, look, and I have a reason. Well, that's probably one of the reasons why when I stopped live, because I'm like, this is a lot of fucking fun. I mean, I'm having a blast, but I can only go so far. And, I need to sleep. I need to do other things in life, but but surrounding myself with other individuals, it's like you don't want to stop. And I'm like, I've went my path, but going through these different versions now of finding gemstones in certain sectors on this platform where
Gemstones. That's a good.
you know, the diamonds in the roughs that are getting swallowed
Yes,
up by
that's
the,
what. Yes, that's okay. Perfect, Vinny. That is what I'm looking for, and that is what I'm very bad at identifying. And until I have a better way to tell the actual diamonds,
right. But it's taken me years in order to just compile maybe like 5 to 6 real solid,
that's all
real,
you would need though, because you could do 3 to 4 hour
yeah.
blocks with 5 or 6 people.
Well, however the blocks are, or whatever it is, and I understand what you mean by that. But what I'm saying is like, I mean, the uniqueness of the different people, like, but they're all, um, how do you say they? For me, I find them very unique, funny, witty. Just like
Are any of them people I don't like?
you don't know any of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, even better.
And that's what I mean by like,
People to
you know,
hate
I
all
keep
over
my
again.
cards very close to my chest because if in fact and when, just like
That's fair enough.
I've been tapped a few times for other people's shows, and what I mean by tap, like, can you come over and hang out and and like anything else, Jeff, you're still learning and in a way of getting used to this people maybe letting you down or they're not what you thought they were. And but I look at
It's
people for their
more it's what I was talking about earlier. It's more about I didn't trust myself, and I'm very hard on myself when that happens. Like I'm just constantly kicking myself that why didn't you just trust yourself? That's all you had to do was keep trusting yourself and not let yourself get drawn out off of that.
but
And the last time it happens when I came up here to Seattle, and I've been kicking myself ever since. So like I every time that happens, every time I betray my own trust in myself, it's very hard to recover from. I'm unforgiving.
I understand. But
And
don't knock
it's
yourself
more
too
me.
hard.
It's my anger and frustration with me, with myself, my own poor decision making.
Well, how about eliminate the word poor? You made decisions.
Yeah,
And the
but
decisions led you to where you are.
I knew
And that's a
I
good thing because when you know what you don't want, eventually the
Yeah, it
answer.
was an experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah. And
we
you don't beat
tried.
yourself up over it.
It was an experiment.
You don't want to beat yourself up
It
about
blew up in
anything.
the lab, but that's
Yeah.
we tried.
That's, I mean, the last thing anybody wants to do, and this is what I've learned, is you don't be hard on yourself because that you're learning as you go. And you open yourself up to this, and then you know what if you don't like it, immediately you know what you do like. And it's usually that way. You touch a fucking hot stove, you know not to touch it again because it's gonna be hot and it's gonna burn you. You learn it. Instead of being the dope that's running around in life, keep wanting to touch hot stoves, not
Yeah, but
remembering it's hot.
there's stoves everywhere. Like everybody has their stove on lately. Like everywhere I turn, there's hot stoves to touch, and that's the opposite of what I was. That's the opposite of what I thought that was happening.
Yeah.
Because it's not even one thing. It's just a pattern of what I'm here for and what the other people are here for that I thought was all converging onto one noble goal is actually at odds with each other. It's working against what I am trying to do here. And so there's a lot of cognitive dissonance about almost everything, everybody, everything.
Well, what's good about what you're doing is that you are the boat in the ocean. You got your lines in the water, and you're seeing who's going to come around and bite on it. You reel it in, you're taking a look at it, it hangs around for a little while, and then eventually you might just learn, fuck this, I got to throw this one back, or I'm going to keep this one. And
Yeah.
you don't even,
I just wish I were better at that.
and you're gonna be. It's reading people is not the easiest thing in the world to do, especially when you don't know them in real life.
And reading fish is even harder.
Yeah, they're all wet and sloppy, little sloppy fishy. but
Wet ass fish.
but the thing is that it takes like everybody just thinks, like I went through listening to in certain sectors that so since somebody is already running a live stream, and the other person thinks, oh, they could run a live stream. And then the other friend, oh, well, I'm running the live stream. And you got this just to me, uninterested, same kind of stream, nothing going on, a lot of panel furniture, just no interesting things to listen to, no oomph, no laughter, no. They just think, well, since I have the capability of going live, everybody should just be tuning into me. No, you have to offer a product.
Uh-huh.
Whether
Well, you got to be
people
interesting.
well, yeah, you have to have a product. What are they tuning into, and what are they tuning in for?
And thank you, Spike. I didn't even realize that. Today is
Salute,
World
Spike.
Mental Health Day.
Yeah, it's a 10-10 portal. See, it's all gelling.
I want to use this port. I want to find a way to tap into this portal and get my inspiration back.
Maybe that's why I got that download. Maybe you should try a little meditation tonight.
You want? Okay, can we do it now? How does it work?
I
I have to pee first, though.
You can't really do what I'm trying to tell you to do.
Oh.
I mean, to me, Jeff, like I stay within, like when I was doing my meditation to the Beastie Boys, She's Crafty for 2 hours. I'm telling you, I was. And I carry that as far as it could take me. And it usually carries me just constantly from meditation to meditation till I'm like mostly in a 3/4 tank energy meditative state. Given 25% of my tank, just it can go either way, but still not draining my system in order to catch me off guard or, not being focused, I guess is the better way to say it. But you're gonna figure it all out. You're gonna figure out exactly how it's gonna roll for you.
Oh, I know. It's just it's.
But not everybody that
this has been a long time coming because the little things were disintegrating even before this. I think this is just part of that larger process that's been happening for a while.
If you stick to the topic of the men's health, and things like that.
Men's empowerment is what it is.
Right. Now, when you just specify one specific gender, you eliminate half the world's audience, right? I mean, you get some women
take them. Somebody else could take them, have them.
Right. Okay. But what I'm saying, right. You just want to cater to what caters to
what I'm good at,
right,
and not what I'm terrible at.
Correct. And you got to be true to yourself when you hear other people around you. If they think they're going to be, you can kind of just tell if the person's got, something.
I can't though. I can't. And not even recent. This has been an ongoing issue here. Is people will show up here, and I'll get so excited, and I think they're so gung ho on what we're doing here, and they'll kind of act like they are too, and they have a totally different agenda for being here.
Yeah.
I mean, I get played and fooled all the time.
Right, but
because I'm so willing to believe that people are on the same page I am.
Right. But for me, Jeff, I'm not just talking about a show, just a one-off thing. I'm talking about once it fires and goes, it just never stops. It's just, it's not going to be monetized. So we could say whatever the fuck we want to say.
Are you talking about on your 24-hour one?
I'm talking about that it would be 24/7. And there would be no monetization on the channel itself. It would just be if it ever came down to wanting to put any bread in any of our pockets, because we're there to do it just because we enjoy doing it. Because it's just going to be where there's going to be no. So let's just say, I always say this too, what's the future of commercials going to look like? Because nowadays it's terrible. So I would look at where, I'm not going to sign any contracts. To me, the kind of people I deal with now in life are just going to be, a handshake is good as fucking enough. You
Well,
want me to, however that rolls, that's just how it rolls. I'm not going to sell myself out. Everybody likes, they use the word or phrase sell out or whatever it is. But I'm talking about, I know I'm not,
sell out the
I know I'm not
metaverse.
explaining it properly, but it's going to be a network no different than when MTV launched.
Oh, like just 24-hour programming of different.
But
Yeah,
but I use
that's
it
a good.
where
I can relate to that one.
it's going to be more free formed because maybe the guests that had, are running around. However, it's there's no script, there's no real block to it. Like there's no, you know what I mean? It's going to be a consistent hangout.
Well, Moose is working on a 24-hour radio, like video radio station where people can submit their videos and it'll rotate all day long and then people hang out. Oh, you were all right. Well, drop it in the Discord when you get it. It's been a while. Like if I don't get 3 or 4 Moose videos a day, I feel like there's a big lull or big lag. Man, it's been 12 hours without a video. What's going on?
And I'm more focused in on, I won't go too much into it, but it's going to be not riding or depending upon just one certain platforms. So what I mean by that, it's going to be my own fucking network. That's my own specific. No
OnlyFans.
different than like XM satellite radio, kind of, but it's going to be free because the value that I put into the kind of content I want to put out for the good of the world and beyond. I want that to be free. That should not be a price tag. That shit shouldn't have to be sold in order to put smiles on people's faces and make them learn things or tweak their brain on things. Because money at the end of the day, although we need it to survive, but it's going to be, that will inevitably come where people will be showing up at my door with briefcases full of cash, making deals in order for me to drink a can of soda for a half hour.
I will do it. Or oh yeah, I forgot my Takis. Or even and I found out that they have Doritos has something called Dinamitas that I'm supposed to try on stream too. It's a different kind of spice. The girl said it was very good. All right, here's our sponsorship pitch.
Live on the Gen X
Oh, Taki.
Taki moment. Get your Taki today.
Oh my god. Oh, good. Look, go and get these. If you've never had a Taki, don't deprive yourself. If you've had a Taki, you know you want one. So go get. Everyone should be going to get Takis.
But the good thing about platforms such as these is that everybody can do their own unique style and understand
Took my antlers off.
where they want to take it. If they want to take it anywhere at all. If you
I missed the first part. What?
It's the uniqueness. That's what I've taken out from me from stopping doing what I was doing with live streaming is to learn this end of the live streaming, to learn the scumbaggery and how to handle people online, and to look at this and look at that and stuff like that, and learning more to myself as an individual of how to tolerate certain people that I wouldn't normally have tolerated in the past.
What did you learn that? Because
On
sometimes
here,
your
on here,
tolerance seems to fray a little bit.
No, my tolerance is pretty good.
Well,
I mean, people.
I've seen you go off on some people,
Not recently. I mean,
but I mean just at all.
we all go off on people now and again. But you know what, Jeffrey? Sometimes those people need a good "go fuck yourself," right? Because they've never been told in their whole life
for
that
me to
they're a
say.
scumbag. Some people in their whole life has never been told they're wrong or they suck, or you have no personality, you have no fucking talent, you're a narcissistic cunt. No one's ever told them that in real life.
No
And
one's
when they
ever
hear it,
called me that. Do
sometimes they
you
get
have
on
you
the
been
phone.
told that?
Oh, I've been called everything on here. Everything. I think we all have, haven't we?
I've never been
I mean, I
told
take
I
it
was
as
a
a badge.
narcissistic cunt.
Like, you haven't gone through the muck and mire of certain things, unless you know. But what I'm saying to you is, I know that hanging around too deep in stuff like that is no good for my energy. That's no good for me personally as an individual to hang around with. Can I deal with stuff like that? But by and large, I'm not going to sit up here and let somebody tell me something that I'm not. Or I'm not going to fucking sit up here and be quiet if I need to tell someone, you know, in a different way of my approaching on certain things. Of, you know, hey, it just is what it is, you know. But some people come up here, not just you. I'm not saying you on this show or whatever. I'm just saying, like, people come up and they're just a narcissistic, self-absorbed scumbag.
Yeah, well, this medium kind of draws that, though.
Well, this right, and that's what I mean by I'm glad I experienced these kinds of sectors before just, you know. I mean, for me, for my path, for my road, you understand, and not
My
too close.
narcissism filter has always been bad.
But like somebody just comes up and you know, they think like, oh, I'm gonna start this, and oh, you guys are gonna be knocking down my door when I'm so successful. Come on, man. Only a narcissistic person would say something like that. Yeah.
Well, they don't do that here.
I'm just saying, like, most people don't realize, you know, like, people have grown up. I'm just saying, people have grown up their whole lives and they never had anybody tell them to go fuck themselves. And I welcome platforms like this and have people,
Or they just ignore it.
well, however it rolls, you know, however it rolls. But getting to know people is what I do is I watch and I listen and I'm slow to speak now. You know, whereas I really put in the effort to really understand and look for the listening aspect first on a stranger, you know, someone that I don't know their name from online. And if they're a consistent person who I enjoy listening to or hanging around, then that's usually a go ahead. They're going to be pretty consistent if I ever have to shake their hand in real life. Not someone who's going to backstab you or call you names or do you dirty in a way. Because it's the people are your currency in life. People are your currency for me.
Right, and it's how to recognize quality people, because there's some currency that
Right.
you're
I
not gonna
know. Yeah.
want, and it's gonna
Right. And
hold you back.
it's up to individually realizing what kind of currency you want in your wallet. You know.
And
My currency, some of
how
my
to
currency,
recognize it when you find it. That's
yeah,
the
some
problem. Because I know what kind I want. It's telling the fool's gold from the real gold. That's the issue.
right. And for you, right? And it's not up to me to tell you, you shouldn't have that one kind of currency in your wallet, Jeff, because I don't want. No, it works for you. You see. So if you want it like a guy like Mike Cerrone in your wallet, that's you, and it's not up to me to tell you not to. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is everybody's unique wants and
Yeah, you make a good point.
you know, that's what I'm just saying. Like, it's not up to me to tell anybody what kind of currency, meaning people to hang around with. It's not up to me to say I don't, you know, I just realize it's like I said, it just goes back to the perspective of the person. What values does this person bring to my life? Can I be successful? Can I be more successful and have better and bigger things down the future road with certain currencies of people?
I'm
Or am
still
I going to
sorting out my own
be
values. There's some in conflict is what's happening, and until I figure out like which one to go with, I think it's gonna be. I'm in flux right now
yeah.
because
But don't be too hard on yourself, Jeff.
No, it's not. I'm not being hard on myself. It's more like in a problem solving kind of way. But you bring up some good points because I'm going to have to consider cases like that when I'm thinking long term. And I, I don't know if everything's going to be compatible with everything else. I may have to just let some stuff go to the side to focus on the more important things.
Right. But what I do understand of one thing that I did enjoy with you when I found your show coming and out of or was still in at that pretty much point, deep in the drama and all that crap, is that you're a really good referee.
Oh
Like,
yeah, like conflict
so
resolution.
like I for a while, it was nice to see you referee to realize, still having the drama, but just not the real shitty drama. But you were really good at refereeing it. I was thinking, I was like, wow, he handles the room, and that was because a room like that was really giving you the content without you having to do anything except be the referee. And I thought it was really good the
Yeah,
way that
you're right. Like
you were
that's easy
referee. You putting
if
people back.
somebody has that skill set, that referee skill, then drama is a very easy. Drama is easy when you know how to manage it.
Right, like instead of letting something go on where your audience is going like getting cringy face, you recognize that is exactly what the audience is probably going to get, and you would know how to handle it.
But
Whether
it wasn't audience based, it was me. It was like I was at the point and it just happened to coincide with the audience, I guess.
right,
Track yeah,
but that's
we'll
one thing
talk
that
next time, I guess. We might have to do a one-on-one.
but that
I
was
might
one
start doing more one-on-ones.
salute on track. He took off, but that to me, because by watching how you were handling things, to me you reminded me like a referee. But a good drama sected referee, not getting too involved
It's
into
because
one
I
side
used to
of it,
run support
that you would
groups for mental health people.
recognize what you didn't like, you told the person, you give them chances, you put them backstage, you were operating it nicely because like you said, you had the connection of an audience member like myself, because I listened to you for quite some time before I even came on your panel. And you, like what I was thinking cringy, you immediately fucking recognize like the same kind of like
Oh wow.
cringiness of whatever that may be, of what the drama brought. But on the other level with that, it also, to me, from my observation watching you, it also brought out that talent where you were funny with the drama. You and I'm not saying you're not funny, but I'm just saying like it brought out a different side of where I could see like you were really like in the mix, like a DJ on the mix on the ones and you were fucking in a nice flow.
So are you saying I should pivot back to drama?
I'm not saying you should do anything. I'm
Oh,
saying one of
but is that where my talent lies? Am I deceiving myself by pursuing
you
something more
you you
noble?
you like dealing with people on telephones, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't miss
like
the
this.
drama though.
most
That
most
all the
drama
drama that was over here.
most people are really into all that because there's probably a mental health issue somewhere in that, right? If they
I
don't get
think Joey's way better at it because he's willing to give it a broader. Like I put constraints on it. I do drama light, so there's certain lines that I don't let it get past. And
right.
Joey, as far as I can see, has almost no lines that he won't let the drama. So the drama has more room to like do its thing.
But I'm saying, like, from what I noticed from you're like the one show that's really not drama. I mean, you pulled the plug on that completely, and but I found it interesting of all different, because the drama always is like it's like the wave. It's like it always goes to where the next guy is going to go live and stuff like that, and you happen to catch one of the waves of that.
Oh,
But I liked and enjoyed the way that you handled it mostly, as opposed to other people that have handled it.
because I think a lot of the other people are not trying to. They're trying to get as much of the more of the drama out for content, and I'm doing the opposite. So they're not like trying to manage it. They're
Right.
trying to inflame it as much as they can, or
Right.
at least let
So
it not try to inhibit it.
that's a perfect example. Like you would know enough then to step in and be the ref and govern it and bring it back down to a lull again. Then if it revs back up and it goes up, but you were quick to just not let it get full blown, out of hand, ridiculous, cringy, worth watching kind of stuff. You would, you know what I mean? Like, and I commend you for that because that's not an easy thing to do, especially around a lot of these crowds. But
Well,
listen, whatever direction that you're going to take it, it's where you're going to take it. But like I'll always say, just do what puts a smile on your face that makes you feel good. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know what, Vinny? I like what you said earlier about just putting stuff out in the universe and then just waiting, like not overthinking it, overplaying, just putting it out. And that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put it out into the universe and
and
kind
let
of
the results.
optimistically hope that it's eventually going to send my way the next piece that I need to
Yes,
take it where I'm trying to get it to go.
and don't be the one that's noticing it's not here yet.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm
Right.
doing.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
saying
show
right.
up every day. I'm gonna do topics. I'm gonna do open panel. I may do a members only stream tomorrow. I haven't done one in a while, but I'll be around tomorrow. And I'm, you know, I'm here for. I'm not just here for me. I keep the space open because other people come here
And I
because
appreciate it.
they
I
need it
mean,
for things, and so I want to keep it going for that too.
yeah, and like I said, there's not a whole lot of you know, I don't even know what I'm saying, but all I know is that when you provide a place that good energy finds, more by and large, more good energy will keep finding the good energy.
That's the issue I'm having though. Is I can't tell the good from the bad. Or actually, I can't. I could. I knew the good and the bad perfectly until I stopped trusting myself, and now everything's screwed up. I can't get my compass back.
You'll get it.
I
You
really
know,
did a number on myself, so I have to untwist myself first, and then I think, like, try to reorient from there.
and eliminate the words like you said, poor. You made a poor decision, or you made a bad this. Eliminate the word and just say instead of you made a
that was
bad
the
mistake.
replacement word.
I learned like this is just like what I learned. Like it's not a bad. It's just a mistake, or to
Yeah,
you,
I know.
or it's a judgment call. But listen, you're out there making judgment calls. Some people don't even want to fucking get out of bed anymore, Jeff. And that's why I commend you for at least still forging ahead through this muck and mire of this fucking
Well,
the
I'm definitely.
humanity area.
If there's one thing I know how to do, it's trudge through swamps. So,
Yeah, and trudging through the swamp, you could still find fun in trudging through anything if you're carrying the
yeah,
right attitude
the
about it.
swamp can be fun.
You know what I'm saying? And with that, Jeff, I really appreciate it. And
Benny,
you salute, okay? Salute, brother. Thank you.
salute. Thank you very much. All right, that's the show for today. I'm running out of fumes. Or running on fumes. Running out of fuel. And running on the fumes of the fuel, the little bit of fuel I have in me. Um, we'll just keep going and see what happens. That's all we could do. I've been here before. I will be out tomorrow, probably for a members only stream. And hope to see some of you then. If not, I'll catch you most likely on Monday. Have a great rest. Hey, let me see if there's somebody I can drop you into. It's a Friday night. It's probably a lot of people out. Um, Not really, actually. All right. Well, have fun, whatever you do tonight, and we'll see each other again. Thanks a lot, you guys. Outliers.